So let's get into some bold predictions for 2025 as we get ready to flip the calendar year in a couple weeks. The first one up is the Atlanta Hawks are going to finish as a top four or top five team in the Eastern Conference when they get to the playoffs. On top of that, they are going to win a first round playoff matchup and finish in the second round in the semis. And the reason why I'm so high on the Atlanta Hawks is the trade for Dyson Daniels has really helped this team become more defensive minded, and it takes pressure off of Trey Young. He doesn't have to worry about guarding the best player on the other team. Dyson Daniel can take that assignment. I like the development of Jalen Johnson, how he's getting better each game. And then they're developing their rookie who's getting starting minutes. So I like the blend of this Hawks team. Quinn Snyder's doing a great job with developing this roster, putting the right pieces together. And also DeAndre Hunter, he's shooting really well from three. Just a professional basketball player coming off the bench. I think he's shooting around 45% from three last time I checked. He's been really good for the Hawks. So that's my first bold prediction. The second prediction I have is Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to win the NBA MVP award, and he's also going to win the Defensive Player of the Year award. I think this Bucks team is legit. I like the rotational pieces they have around Giannis and Andre Jackson, who's becoming a reliable defender. AJ Green as well has become a reliable. The biggest weaknesses for the Bucks from last year was their perimeter defense and the point of attack. And a lot of people were still hunting Damian Lillard at the time. They're still doing that now, but they have two guys who can guard the best players, and it takes pressure off for Dame. And also, you don't have to put Giannis in pick and roll situations where he's got to guard in the perimeter because that's not his strength, and he can focus on guarding the rim. And the way he can block shots, contest things, I think he's going to win that Defensive Player of the Year award. And on top of that, I think he's also going to win the MVP because you look at the improvement in the mid-range game, shooting over 45%, that deserves a ton of credit. I know Jokic is playing out of his mind, but I think Giannis is going to gain momentum, and I think the Nuggets are going to, finish around that fourth or fifth spot, and I think the Bucks are going to have a better record. And then you look at the NBA Cup, you look at the MVP, and all that momentum he carries. And if he plays well against Jokic and he dominates, then I think that's going to help his case even more. Look, if you want to argue Jokic for MVP, I'm fine with that. This is a bold prediction. I think Giannis is going to win both awards. The next team up is the Dallas Mavericks. I think they're going to finish second in the West, and they're going to be OKC in the Western Conference Finals and be back in the finals to face Boston yet again. I like this team. I like the addition of Marshall. I like Quentin Grimes. Clay's been, up and down, but the biggest thing is Luka is going to take off. I know he's had some struggles early on this season. He has some injuries as well. I know he's not playing tonight for Dallas, but I think Luka is about to go on a huge run. And Dallas has been playing really good basketball. Early on in the season, they had a lot of close losses. So you expect a lot of averages to start working out in their favor. They had tough losses against Phoenix and Denver. And I don't think that's going to continue on, especially as Luka starts to ramp up. I like their offense. I like their pieces in Dallas. And when they get to the playoffs, they're going to take it up to another notch. I know OKC looked really good in that NBA Cup game, but I think Dallas has enough offense and shot creators with Kyrie and Luka. And I know OKC is going to be a tough out, but I think Dallas in the experience is going to take out OKC in 6 or 7 games. That's just how I see it happening. My fourth bold prediction for 2025 is Jason Tatum is going to finish in the top 3 for MVP voting. I don't think he's going to win it, but I think he's going to make a strong case because here's the schedule to start out January. He's got to go to Minnesota, Houston, Denver, and OKC to start January on the road. He's also got to go to the Clippers and Lakers in back-to-back nights and also play the Orlando Magic. Tough schedule. I think Tatum has to perform and play really well to gain momentum. Do I think he's going to finish ahead of Giannis and Jokic? No, I do not. But I think the momentum from January will help carry over to February and also into the playoffs. So Tatum has to be elite. I think he has to rely on his mid-range game more often, drive him to the basket, and he's just got to show out and perform. If he does those things, I think that will help him become a top 3 MVP candidate. Do I think he's going to finish ahead of Jokic and Giannis? No, the competition is just so hard and the gap is so wide. But as long as Tatum performs well and doesn't lay any duds in those critical games, that will help his case, and that's why I think he's going to finish in the top 3 in voting. The next bold prediction I have for 2025 is the 76ers are going to make the play-in tournament. They're going to finish as a 7th seed, and they're going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. They're going to knock out the Cavaliers in the first round. They're going to play Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. I know that's a huge risk I'm taking, but these are bold predictions. I still am not going to give up on the Sixers, even though the other day I was like, maybe they should just shut it down. But I'm just going to hang on for now and hope that Embiid gets healthy enough and they go on a run where they reach that 7th seed. They match up with the Cavs, and you got to like your chances in that situation, especially all the pressure is going to be on Cleveland when they got a target on their back. And I'm predicting that Sixers are going to knock them out and get to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose in a tough 6 or 7 game series against Boston. That's a bold prediction I have for the 76ers. The last one I have is the San Antonio Spurs will make the playoffs. They're going to finish ahead of the Lakers. They're going to finish ahead of the Warriors. And I think Wembanyama is going to carry this team as an 8th seed. Again, bold prediction, but I like the development of Wembanyama. I like how Stephon Castro's looking. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul's leadership, Harrison Barnes being there, it's helping the Spurs build foundations and also stabilize this franchise. So if they get Pop back, I know he's had some health issues. I don't know if he's coaching right now, but when they have him back coaching this team, Chris Paul helping with the leadership along with Harrison Barnes, I just believe the Spurs are going to make the playoffs. Again, those are my bold predictions for 2025. Love to hear your thoughts on what you think about this list. What are your bold predictions for 2025 in the NBA? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.